Hi friends, Kate here again. Today I'm going to show you something really fun that you can do on your website. I'll give you an example here on my website, and that is, if I just scroll down here, the ability to have a scrolling banner with logos or whatever it is that you want in there scrolling. So I'm going to show you how to do this on your website. If it's not already an easy feature already on your website, which it's not on Kajabi, which is where my website is, I'm going to show you how to do it now. So let's take a look. First of all, what you'll need to do is jump on into Canva, and you'll want to set up each of your logos on a tile. Now I've used the Instagram post size tile here. So when you open up Canva, you can look up Instagram post, choose the square one, and then just start from there and upload each of your logos or whatever it is that you're using for the scroll into a tile each, so that they all look the same in the middle. You'll see like some of my logos here are long and skinny, some of them are square, but once we download them all, they'll all align really nicely because they're the same size here. So once you've got them all uploaded like that, then just go share and download, and you're going to want to choose PNG is the right type of file. You need to click transparent background. Now this is only a feature if you have the pro plan of Canva. And then you want to download all of the tiles that you've got logos on. So for me, for instance, I think that last one's clear, so we'll just untick that like that. So it's going to download pages 1 to 7, which is each of these ones here, and I'm going to download that into my computer. What we're going to do is jump on into your website. My website is in Kajabi, and I'm in a landing page called Test right now. But you should be able to do this in any website with the right, with the coding that I'm going to give you, because it does require some code. So what we're going to do is I have already added in here a custom section. So I just went add section and found the custom section settings in Kajabi, which is right down the bottom here. Custom section, added the custom section. And within the custom section, I added the images, each individual logo as an image. And if I just open this one, I uploaded the image and I just made them 2 columns across, so they're nice and skinny. That part doesn't really matter. It just makes it more manageable to have a look at them all at once, because we're actually going to end up hiding each of these images anyway on this page, so it doesn't really matter what they look like here. Then what we're going to do is preview the landing page. So if I go preview, scrolls to the very bottom because that's where I know where they are. So we're not scrolling yet in terms of the logos. What we're going to do is right click on each one and open image in a new tab. So what that's going to do is just open the image on its own in one big tab. And we're going to grab the URL up the top here. So see how it's given, each individual image has its own URL link now, because it's sitting within Kajabi as a media file. So what we're going to do is highlight all of that and copy it. So I've just gone Command C on my keyboard, and then I'm just going to open up a blank page. So I just like to do this in a doc, in a Google Doc, so it's just nice and handy to grab. And we're going to list. So this one is for a client called YTT, like that. And we're just going to list all of the links. So what we need to do is go through and open each one of them in a new tab, and then grab the link for it. Basically what you can see is, like, this was the first one that I copied here. That was the first logo, this logo here. So what we are going to do is copy this link here, and we're going to put it into where all these long ones start. So we're going to replace it with this one here, so that the image, the first image that we want, sits in the first one. And then you'll see the second one here, third one, fourth one. So we're just going to replace all those long links, and we're going to do it within where it starts from HTTPS to the last exclamation mark there. That's where you'll replace it. So whether you do that here or have it on a Google Sheet or whatever's easiest for you, but that there, basically that link there, copy, is going to go into this area here, paste, like that. And we're going to do the same for the next one. Go back down, grab the second logo link, copy, and then paste it in, just the HTTP. So in between the exclamation marks is where we're going to replace the links. And we're going to do it for each of them, for as many as you have. And if there's too many lines here, then you can just delete the ones that you don't have. What you do is you just delete from, you just need to make sure that these 2 divs are at the bottom of all of the, so if you need to delete some, you don't need these images, you can just delete up to, the bottom of the last one that's relevant, if that makes sense. So What I have done here though, just so you know, is I have actually, and it's a little bit of a tip, is I've actually duplicated some of them at the end. So, so logo 1 here, I might duplicate logo 1, logo 2, and logo 3 at the end as well. So it's almost like a rotation scroll, because then it doesn't seem so obvious when it's stopping and the scroll starts again. That makes sense. So what we're going to do is go through and update all of those. I'll do that now. Right, so I'm just doing the last one now, which was logo number 6, or logo number 7 in this case, number 7. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to just come here and I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to add those into here. So I just copied and pasted over the next ones. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete from here down to here, because those are the images that I don't need from the old code. And I've still just got the div at the bottom. So now what I'm going to do, so this has got all the updated images in it now, is we're going to copy this up to the top here. Copy. I'm going to go into my landing page, back down to the custom section where we've got all the images, all the logos. That's just taking a minute to load up again. So all of these ones here, I'm going to go into the custom code block area. So wherever you can add code to your website is where you're going to paste this code. And then I'm just going to press enter a couple of times to have a gap so it's nice and clean. And I am going to Command V, paste the code in there. So there we go. It's appeared, and you can see that all the logos are in there. Now you can see that there is some duplication. Now this is just because I don't have that many logos in here. So whatever I've done, looks like I've added one of them wrong. Looks like this red one here is missing something. Let me just have a quick look at what might be missing. All we do is just compare them against each other. Looks like it's just missing the things at the end. There we go. It's turned green again now. So you just see like the code. This is the codes we cut and paste in for each of the images. Now it's really hard to read in here. That's why I recommend you do it over on a Google Doc or a note sheet or something. But you can edit it in here too. So let's just pull all this out. So I've made the custom coded block all the way across the page. And then the code at the top here is just explaining a little bit about the size of everything and how fast the slider is moving. And then we go down into each of the logos. So each time you want to add more logos or more images, you just add another one of these lines in above the div. So copy that one and paste it, and then do the same. Add the image into here, open the image in a new tab like that, grab the link, and then that is the link that goes into the code. But now what we want to do is we don't want these logos here to show anymore, the still ones. So we're going to hide each of those. So if we just go back one, and then all I'm going to do in Kajabi is just hide them. So we're going to keep them there, not delete them, because remember the banner, the scrolling banner is sharing the links in the code for each of these. So it still needs to be able to see these somewhere in the back end. So we're just going to hide them and not delete them. So hopefully you can do that on whatever website platform you're using as well. I'm just going to go hide. There we go. And if I just go save, and then we can preview this page. So there goes the static ones. It's just updating to show us the banner. We scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, and there it goes, scrolling away. And because I've only got 4 or 5 in here, that's why you can start to see some duplicates, because as you know, I added logos 1, 2, and 3, I think, to the end, so that you don't have the gaps like it's about to have there. So the more you can have, the better. Otherwise, you may need to just add some blank squares for space in between. So images of blank squares in between. The other thing that I just want to quickly show you that you can do with this is over in the custom code again. If we just zoom in a bit to here so you can see, we can look at the padding. So you can just play with these a little bit if you want, but the one that's most important, I think, is the scroll. So how fast it's scrolling. So let me just pull this here over a little bit so we can still see it scrolling here while we change it. So 30 seconds at the moment it's taking. So if we made it, say, 10 seconds, that should make it faster, I think. Oops. Yeah, see, that's made it faster. So if you want it to go quite fast, the less amount of seconds. So that's how many seconds it takes for the whole banner to move across the page. So that's really fast there. Nothing much more that you need to change here. It's mostly just adding those images into the code like I showed you. And then we can look at it on mobile as well. So scroll up here to mobile, scroll down to the bottom. There we go. It's scrolling really nicely there. It's probably a bit too fast, but I can adjust that back in those settings there. And it sits really nicely. So good luck with that. Let me know down below if you have any questions, or share your page with us once you have added your scrolling logos.